Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Valentino, and I'm going to use the opportunity to talk about something very serious that's on my mind right now in this very moment, and that is any kind of medical surgeries. Um, a long time ago, actually, I realized how evil it is to perpetrate any kind of changement on your body. Back in that time, I thought mainly about altering your breast appearance, physically changing that for aesthetic purposes, for desiring beauty, for desiring whatever ideal or standard that you're trying to adhere to. But I would also go to include any kind of changes you're making to your nose, changes you're making to your lips, which is so common these days. It's very sad. Any kind of lip is a great lip if it can swallow it, if it can talk, if it can kiss. If you're not sick, there's nothing wrong with you. You were created to look that way. And any kind of change you could make to your eyes, to your face, whatever it is, to your backside. Um, Yeah, but of course, I'm also gonna refer now to these kinds of changes you can make to your genitals, and I want to remind you that like genitals, they're not genitals. It's just a Latin scientific terms for what's down there. These organs of procreation down there. They're organs of love. Ultimately, one of the highest expressions of love. You're meant to use them in union with your spouse, and solely that in Holy Communion. And that's something God given, something extremely sacred. It's one of the most sacred parts of your body, surely. That's why it needs to be kept holy, it needs to be kept clean, it should not be abused in any way. Just for fulfilling sinful flesh desires and lusts, because that just extremely like takes it from what it's meant to be. It's like my mouth. My mouth is made for speaking. Your organs of procreation are meant for giving love to your spouse, making love to your spouse, and procreating and making children, which is one of the most beautiful things there is, or basically the most beautiful thing there is, if you've ever seen a child. So that's what they're made for. And now to come in there and have this idea of like, I want to change this. I will have someone else, a surgeon, change this for me by cutting it up and trying to turn it, trying something that can never be achieved, trying to turn it into something else, the opposite basically, trying to turn the male organ of procreation to the female organ of procreation, and the female organ of procreation into the male one. Turning the male organ of love into the female organ of love, and the female organ of love into the male organ of love. That idea is so ultimately stupid, dangerous, and ridiculous and evil. You really need to come to grasp how sad and evil it is. I, for once, was stupid and daring enough to watch this full surgery online. I wish I could unsee it, because what I witnessed ultimately is sacrifice. I think it's something very demonic to do this. It's extremely demonic to cut up the human body in the way that it was made and designed by God. Especially the parts that God made in perfect precision. And especially those parts that are meant for you to be kept in private, to be kept inside of your marriage and for your spouse, to make love to them and to make children, if that is what you desire. quite something that happens naturally, normally, if you're not on any kind of weird pills, chemical pills. Yeah, but guys, we really have to, guys and girls, we really have to like understand like the evilness behind this act. It is so ultimately evil and destructive. And there's only one force behind it, and that's Satan himself. Because he loathed this creation, he loathed this humans, and taking the most holy and beautiful part of a human being and butchering it and turning it into something weird and rotten and foul and cutting it up. It is something that can never be undone, that can never be unseen. It's an unforgivable sin in the most literal sense of that word. It's absurd, completely unforgivable. Nobody can fix it for you. Nobody can help you with this. You are gonna be so sad when you realize what you have done. Yeah, like even now we and on the right side of history that know about these things, right? That criticize all this kind of LGBTQ behavior the doctors do, that families will do, inflict on their children, whatever it is. We talk loosely about this, but guys, this is not something to be talked about lightly. It's extremely evil, and it can only lead to one thing, and that is suicide and depression. It's gonna break you from the inside when you realize what you have done. And I know that in this day and age, there's so many people that are so removed from their heart. They're so removed from their inner feelings, their soul, whatever it is. They're just stuck in ego land, in mindless blabberings up here. They're trying to fit into society and do these things. But it's not going to make you happy. What's going to make you happy is sit yourself down and come to terms with reality and then meeting your creator. And that's the only way to come to terms. Like the only help there is for your problems is Jesus Christ. And we all have problems. Everybody. And we're equally broken. Everybody. Of course, there's more brokenness in some. But where everybody's very broken, I can assure you that. And there's not the solution to being broken is not changing your gender, which is a ridiculous and preposterous idea in itself. It can never be done. The only thing that can be done is turning you into a zombie. And you will feel like a zombie because you've become a zombie then. And it's something so sad. So yeah, this is just a warning call. I really want to warn you. I just basically was having a dream. And in that dream, I had like parts of the surgery done to me, or I had this recollection of what the surgery looks like. And yeah, it's like just like the human body in itself is a gift from God. This is your temple, whether you're Christian or not. You will come to realize this. This is your temple. This is holy. Your procreation things, your underparts, they're equally holy and they belong to your spouse. Your spouse is made to love them. You're made to give and share love with your spouse. And that's what naturally happens. In my one and only good relationship, that happened. And yeah, I had high respect, very high respect for the beauty of the body of my spouse, and she had high respect and for the beauty of my body, and that's healing, that satisfies the heart. And nobody will ever have high respect or love for something that's cut up and butchered by a weird surgeon. Like that is something that is evil and pure evil, and you should never ever have it done. Think about this and think hard about it, and don't do it. All right, this is just a warning call from a crazy German Christian. And yeah, God bless you, God enlighten you, God open your hearts to the truth and your eyes to the truth. May the blood of Christ be upon you. Peace.